What's up, Supreme Team? And welcome to the channel. Y'all, we got a lot to talk about. Marquez has accidentally exposed his love and marriage Huntsville file. Okay, he exposed himself, Trisha, Ken, the whole nine. I'm going to talk to y'all about that. I'm also going to talk to you about Sunni and Melody. These two ladies went live earlier today to set the record straight about things said in episode 13. Okay, I'm going to tell y'all what is going on there. Mel even has some things to say to a commentator. Check this out.
Yeah, a commentator, here it is. I thought it probably came over. A commentator said that I said I know all about keeping communication when you're married. That's not what I said. No, I didn't. Quit lying. Quit lying. You a lie, and the devil is in you. Because no, I didn't say that. No, I didn't. No, I did not.
I'm sorry. Yeah, she said you a lie and the devil is in you. Child, I'm going to tell y'all what these two had to say. Okay, but before we get started, y'all know what to do. Go on ahead and share the video, please, and thank you. Also hit the like button because that is how others find me right here on YouTube. I am DYANAROZAY, and I bring a unique commentary to your favorite reality TV shows and whatever is popping on social media. If you are not a subscriber, please become one. Hit that notification bell too, that way you don't miss any of my videos. I go by DYANAROZAY on all platforms, and I appreciate every single one of y'all for rocking with me. So you guys, what a weekend we have had, okay? On Friday, Heavenly had went live to tell everybody, screw Love and Marriage Huntsville. She said, I am not reviewing that show anymore. I will not be blamed for breaking up families, for breaking up marriages. I have no idea what is going on in these streets. Well, child, neither did I, because I was like, Heavenly, you're the biggest bulk, probably a large, if not the biggest, is definitely a large bulk of her income. And I'm going to say the biggest only because of the amount of time she makes that money, okay? Within a 3-month span, Heavenly is making multi-millions, okay? Actually, let me take that back. Dennis do be making a grip. Dennis make a grip. Either way, Heavenly had made a comment, not just, if not just last week, where she said her goal is to make $3 million a month. Her goal is to make $3 million a month. If that is what she is setting as a goal, how much money does she make right now? Okay, because Dennis really do make a grip, and cosmetic dentistry, which is what she does now, pretty much exclusively, unless she's doing something for the stars, she'll come in and make that appearance and work on, do cleanings and things for them. But for the most part, her practice is cosmetic dentistry, okay? And the other thing that she does, I think, real estate, and a big part of why we know her is because this woman is messy on reality TV, period, point blank. Heavenly is messy, and we all know it. And for people that are fans of Married to Medicine. I'm getting the names messed up. Excuse me, I'm still a little under the weather. But people who watch Married to Medicine, who are fans of that show, we know how Heavenly started and we know how it ended, okay? Y'all can watch my last video or one of my last videos to hear all the details. Heavenly is a part of the mess, and they pay her millions to talk about people's marriages, to uncover people's marriages. So some of the things that she was saying, if you were, if you listened to it one way, you would have thought she's done with Carlos King. If you listen to it another way, like I did, when she was saying, stop calling my office. There's stuff that we do on TV. If y'all don't want to be talked about, y'all shouldn't choose reality TV as your platform. That was where when I heard that part, I will say for me, I said, you know what? Heavenly is getting hit with some things that she probably doesn't experience on Married to Medicine. It's a different audience. Married to Medicine and Love and Marriage Huntsville is a different audience. Carlos and Heavenly have decided to do this joint review, which may create crossover, but I don't know if it's going to be as I don't know if it's going to be as welcoming to Married to Medicine as it would be to Carlos King. I think Carlos King would like those Married to Medicine fans on his page. I'm not sure vice versa. And only because Love and Marriage Huntsville get involved. The fans get involved, right? But anyway, enough about that. Long story short, people thought that Heavenly had some sort of moral epiphany to no longer review Love and Marriage Huntsville and to separate herself from Carlos King. Only last night, Heavenly showed back up to work, child. She was back on Messy Mondays. She hashtagged it. She put it on her YouTube channel, her page, and they talked about everything, child. Friendships, love, and loyalty. They talked about everybody on the show. She did not miss a beat. So it was back to normal. And I have to say, it was funny. I was over there. I was laughing at a few things. But I have to wonder if what happened on Saturday and Sunday night made Heavenly change her mind about doing Love and Marriage Huntsville reviews again, because she did say she was backing out of it. But on Saturday, Sunday, Ken, Trish, and Marquez were into it. Okay. They were trying to, in my opinion, this is my opinion, rival some of the social media back and forth that we have seen between Melody and Martell, and maybe even Martell's baby mama, okay? It was giving that. Like, these three were at each other's throat, and it had a lot of people making all kinds of opinions, taking sides even. I believe Marquez and Trisha's 304, and Ken, I don't trust him as far as I can see him. He was in that woman's relationship before they even broke up. There was a lot of people that had things to say. And Marquez was eating it up, child. He was putting these mini novellas on his IG stories. And I mean the smallest print that you could actually post. And just paragraph after paragraph after paragraph was popping up. Child, I was like, what is this? This actual post that you see right here plays to Darth Vader's father. I kid you not. There's some man back there with this deep voice talking about darkness and all kinds of stuff. If y'all want to hear this, go on over to my IG page, right? Well, not right now, child. Watch the rest of this video first, because I still got some details to show y'all. He exposed himself. Marquez exposed himself. So just stick around for this. Then afterward, go over to my IG. Follow me over there, look at my stories, and follow me on my Facebook at DRRT, okay? DRRT, Dyana Rozay Real Talk, Dyana Rozay on IG. Now back to this. Marquez was playing these little, I guess, snippets of his feelings, okay? Because he said he's a Libra man. Snippets of his feelings all over his IG page. It is the lengthiest comments and quotes about everything. And a lot of people were on his side. A lot of people were on his side. I mean, there are things that, let me just say this too. There are things that he said that are like, yeah, Trish, okay? The man can't be lying about everything. But when it's all said and done, I think Dr. Heavenly ended up going back to reviewing because she actually got a chance to see what I saw. And that is that this man is putting on a show, okay? This is more of Marquez's post. His name, his handle is Mr. Make It Happen. You see it right there at the top. It says truth versus lies. But what else does it say? It says, added to Love and Marriage Huntsville. This man has a whole IG file. This isn't something that he's just saying, okay, because he's having an emotional moment. This man is putting it in a whole file. There's things that we do and say on the internet, all right? And if you do IG stories, you know how IG stories work. They archive them anyway. But he's not just archiving them. He's created a file for them. And that says to me, here's another one. Look how small that damn print is. That means you have to snapshot it. You have to take a picture of it, a screenshot. Then you have to stretch it in order to read it. I'm not doing all that. Okay? But yeah, just in case he needs records, child, add it to Love and Marriage Huntsville. He got his file. This is someone who said he didn't want to be on TV. Truth and lies. You shouldn't come on national TV without discussing your story first. Truth shows no confusion. And where did you put this, boo? He put it in Love and Marriage Huntsville. And then the last one, also added to Love and Marriage Huntsville. This is the one I told you was playing to the Darth Vader soundtrack. Okay? Check out my IG stories on my Facebook page. At the end of the day, this man has accidentally exposed his Love and Marriage Huntsville file to the public. I don't know if he didn't realize it was going to put that information on there. He should have waited until it archived, and then he could have put it up, because now it has everybody questioning his motives. I know I am, okay? And so is Dr. Heavenly, and Carlos King should be too. This man is telling on himself, okay? They're going to have to do better, because right now it feels like a bad episode of Punk'd. Y'all remember that crazy show from MTV? It feels like an old episode of Punk'd. But y'all talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. And we are going to move on to these next stories. Y'all, this is, again, just my opinion. Mr. Make It Happen need to be Mr. Make It Stop, okay? Mr. Make It Stop. Let's get that going. All right, now let's talk about Sunni real quick. So y'all know Sunni went live earlier today. She came on live to talk to the people. And of course, people were in the comment section asking her about episode 13. And one of the things people really wanted to know is how she felt about Kimmy, someone that she, was consoled, cried with when she was going through her cancer journey, saying, listen, at the end of the day, I'm still Team Destiny. How do you feel about that? Now, I was interested in her answer, and I'm going to tell you what she said in just a minute. But first, I want to tell you some background story, because as a content creators watch this show differently than you do as a viewer, okay? You have to, because you have to keep a different set of notes. Let's put it that way. You have to keep a different set of notes. And so when you first come in, you're like, listen, I'm watching TV like y'all. But after a while, you be like, ooh, this is different from what you said before, okay? So I'm going to bring in them other notes first, okay? So y'all can get the big picture and you can know why Sunni responded the way she responded. So a lot of people were asking Sunni, you need to pull back from Kimmy. I know you asked her out to dinner. You probably thought you made some sort of progress with her. And you, of course, you were with her when, you helped or talked to her when she was with her in her cancer journey. I don't want to say helped or any of those things, because I really don't know what their relationship was. I know that she cried with her. She felt bad. And I understand it. She said she's a Cancer, and by nature, she is a helpful person. But Sunni also wanted to make it very clear. She said this even in her live. She said, I'm not dumb, y'all. I'm not dumb. I'm not slow. I peep game. And it made it, she also, she said she's from St. Louis. So her nature may be to be very helpful, but she also pulls back to watch where people are, because she doesn't want to give them too much, right? And she said this even when talking about Destiny. Even when talking about Destiny was saying, listen, I told her what happened between me and my ex. She was there for me. She made it seem like, she had concern for me. And Sunny even said then, she had told everybody what happened. So I'm assuming producers and cast knew. And Sunny said, yeah, I felt bad for her. But at the end of the day, it was a work relationship. And she was the one who got it confused, not me. So if we are going to take Sunny at face value, which I am, I'm going to take her at face value here. I don't think that she is going to put too much on Kimmy. Okay, and by that I mean she's not expecting too much from Kimmy. She's a producer, so she knows how these relationships work. She also came on to the show by herself. She didn't come on as a friend of anyone's. So she understands that she's kind of working from behind, you know, and making her own name, her own platform, and she has to get fans on her own. But if y'all remember in those earlier episodes, when Destiny sat down with Tisha and Kimmy, and Destiny was explaining the friendship to Kimmy, when she was explaining the friendship between her and Sunny, it was Kimmy who said in confessional, I think Destiny played herself. I think that Sunny was working in a producer talent capacity, and it was Destiny who got it wrong. So it was Kimmy who was on Sunny's side in that scene. She did not take Destiny's side and said, listen, Destiny, I'm with you, because she was, she was crying on my shoulder. I was crying on her shoulder when I was telling her about the cancer journey. So it was Kimmy who was in Sunny's corner saying, I don't believe that you and Destiny had a friendship. So she's backing away from it. And I think Sunny's letting her back away from it. She said some light stuff like, yeah, that was funny to see, wasn't it? But she didn't put too much on it. And I respected that when I saw it, because I was like, Sunny, you don't want to make yourself a hypocrite in this situation because you already got a lot on your shoulders. Sometimes the fans will think a certain thing, and because the fans will be protective of what they see on TV, they'll, push back at, whoever the characters are, or they'll demand more from the person they care about, right? Like people who are watching Sunny's and be like, don't you do this with Kimmy, right? Or people who see certain things with Mel, don't do that, Mel. And Mel has said time and time again, child, okay, I will do what I want to do, okay? I'm going to do it until God tells me to go. That's one of the things that she has said repeatedly. And even in the recent, just earlier today, she said something like, I haven't been able to talk a lot about things, but I'm able to talk now. So things that she hasn't been as forthcoming about or share things about, she's now letting people know she'll discuss. So anyway, I get the impression that Sunny's doing something similar. So if you guys are watching her lives, just kind of pay attention when she pulls back, that maybe her saying, I can't say too much about it because we got to watch the scene for its, play out. Or I have certain things that I need to do on the show because it is about, strategy and alliances and things like that. So she can't let everybody know what she's holding in her hand, basically. All right. Now let's talk about the other thing that went down with Sunny. Y'all know that Carlos King and Heavenly talked about Sunny a bit. Sunny still does, or excuse me, I don't get the impression that Heavenly still trusts Sunny. She said that Sunny handled herself poorly with Destiny, basically saying that she had come in and said, me and Moses are together now, and it is what it is. You just got to accept it. She said that Sunny could have, been a little softer with how she handled it. But I think a lot of people, they're married now. It doesn't make a big difference. Sunny talked a little bit about that and just said, listen, he's my husband. Anybody who feels differently, it is what it is. It ain't changing anything over here. Now, what she did have a lot to say, what she did talk the most about was all of, I guess, the backlash about her outfits. So people saying that she can't dress, things like that. I've talked about some things that I saw, like when she showed up at the Galentine's in the overcoat. I was like, did she not get the message that people needed to dress formal? But she said, I don't care what people think. She, this is really what she said. I don't care what people think about me and how I dress. She said all of my money goes into property, investments, and I am making myself rich. I don't care about $5,000 Chanel bags. I don't care about all that, glitz and glam shit. She said that's basically people put that stuff on and it's for show. Then she went just a little bit hard in saying people who, make the glitz and glam, what she called frivolous or superficial. She said that in the Black community, she finds this kind of stuff is more important. She needs to get on social media more. It is really across the board in all communities, but sometimes people throw out the Black people because that's what we do. Okay, but she said in the Black community, it happens more. She said she ain't buying no $5,000 Chanel bag, and that if the people talking about her would take off their makeup and their wigs, that they would be unrecognizable. Okay. So she said, don't come for me if you are wearing a wig. Don't come for me if you have on a face full of makeup. Okay. You are beat to death with setting spray, all that other stuff. And then she went just a little bit further. She actually put up on her live, you know how you swipe and it'll say Tuesday? She said, I might have to hang this up and come back on, child, because she believed that to be a filter that altered her face. She said, I don't do filters. What you see is what you get. So if you are the kind of person who wears a filter, a wig, or a face full of makeup, don't come for me about what I wear, okay? Because until you strip down to your bareness, it is what it is, all right? So I'm just telling y'all what she said, okay? Whew. Let's move on. Well, one more thing. I'll say this too. This is reality TV. You can't be more superficial than reality TV. So anybody watching, especially with the subject matters that we get, I'm studying coming on with a new husband who dated a member of the cast that she used to produce. You're going to have people judge you, right? So that's a part of the territory on reality TV. I'm hoping that Sunni has thick skin, that she's not taking this too personally, and for really everybody on the cast, because child, bye. Okay, I'll just say that. Everybody needs to get thicker skin if this is the kind of stuff that bothers you. Now let's move on. Let's talk Melody Cherie and what she had to say. All right. She went live too earlier today to talk about episode 13 and the commentators and even maybe the bloggers. Now, in the review with Carlos and Heavenly, Carlos actually brings up the little comment that Tisha made about Melody possibly having many male friends because they thought she was pretty passionate in defending Trish and Ken. So at that table, Marceau is saying you guys weren't platonic. You were definitely flirting with each other. And if you weren't, you wouldn't have felt the need to stop your communication. Mel says, I understand platonic relationships and I understand what y'all are talking about. She said, believe me, I do. I understand. Okay. So Melody seemed pretty passionate about it. She even kind of swatted back at Marceau, saying Marceau is the one who can't have platonic relationships with women. And so it felt like just a little bit of shade. Marceau ignored it at the table. Tisha ignored it at the table. In confessional, though, they both responded to it. Marceau saying, isn't it odd that Melody would, go that hard to defend Trish and Ken? And then that's when Tisha makes a comment. Carlos King brings it up and said, well, that's what Martell had been saying. What are your thoughts about this whole subject, Melody having male friends? And Heavenly took herself out the mix right away. She was like, listen, at the end of the day, the viewers are going to side with the people they like, which is Melody. And she also said people on the show are going to side with who they like. And she said the people on the show don't like Mel, and Mel does not like the castmates on the show. She went, Mel needs her own show. Get her the hell off that show and give her her own show. That's what Heavenly started saying. But she was also saying stuff like, I can't be friends with men. She said, I don't have any friends with any men. Once I knew who my husband was going to be and her and Damon were in it, she said, that's it. I'm not friends with men. All right. Melody said that she had subcontractors. This is what she says in her live. She said the comments that were being made, like I was out there with all these male friends, is BS. She said there were two guys that worked for us. And so that would mean her and Martell when they were married. She said there were two contractors that worked for us. They went all over the country, different cities, doing subcontract work for us at these houses that we were, doing property preservation with or at. And she said they made good money with us. She said, this particular field is male dominated. So I'm going to talk to men. This is coming from Mel. I'm going to talk to men. But the two that I talked to the most were actually employees of ours. And they respected our marriage. Okay. They respected the marriage. They saw me go through pregnancies. They respected our family. She said, so it's bull. It is not true. The story that is being spun is not true. And she just wanted to set the record straight. And she definitely said that she was going to continue to set the record straight for these last two scenes that are coming up. Because since these scenes are closing out, Mel said, I can talk now. So y'all are going to see her on TikTok setting the record straight within these last two scenes, which are promising to be explosive, or last two episodes, which are promising to be explosive. From what I'm understanding, the fight between Nell Fletcher and Kimmy, this argument is going to be ferocious. That's how it was described by Carlos King. So we will see, okay? But y'all talk to me in the comments. Let me know what y'all think about all of it, okay? We talked about the threesome. These guys right here, the throuple, not threesome. But do y'all think we getting played or nah? Okay, because that's what it feels like. This is my opinion. Let me know. Heavenly definitely showed back up to work. After saying she was not going to come back, she showed back up to work. And then let me know what y'all think about Melody and Sunny's thoughts on episode 13. Talk to me in these comments, please and thank you. Be sure to hit that like button, share the video. Follow me on my other platforms, Facebook, IG, and TikTok. And I will see you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.